have a look at the way she's dressed there. She's smart, isn't she, for a... She must be working for the Prefeitura, I imagine. Good day, everyone. Hope you're doing well. I'm back at another campsite here in Santa Catarina. And I'm in Garopaba. This is apparently the capital of surfing. Very popular. South of Florianopolis, the capital. Lovely campsite. Very well organised. To be honest with you, it's one of the best I have been on. Now, I haven't been here long. I'm in the kitchen at the moment, just making a little bit of food, but I've got my tent set up. I've been to the bathroom. The guy's really nice. There's a lot of rules on this site here, which is good. So you have to do a registration when you come onto the place. I want to know all your details, which is good. A lot of them don't. I'm in the kitchen, as I say, so let me show you the kitchen before we move on. So, very well organised. That's looking out onto the campsite. Quite big, actually, and it's right in the town centre, which is good. So look, you've got all your individual boxes there for people to store their food and cooking utensils. Benches. Very clean, very well organised. A cooker there, a microwave. Oh, electric kettle, I never saw that actually. Fridge freezers. You've got all these barbecues here. You've even got cameras up on the wall here watching what you're doing. A sink there for washing your pots. The kitchen closes at 11 o'clock. No cooking after 10 o'clock. So yeah, very well organised and rules. That's what I like to see. So look, quite a big area, plenty of seating. Come in here and have your lunch and your breakfast, whatever. So the entrance to the place there and the office. But yes, let me have a little bit to eat. Look, I've got my cooking here, and I'm just having a couple of sandwiches of tuna, homemade bread, tuna and an apple. So I've been up pretty early this morning. I've had my breakfast. It's probably only about 10:30. It's not very late at all. It's not really lunchtime. I've noticed a lot of people going down to the beach. It's only down the road, the beach. You'll see very soon when we go for a walk. And as I say, it's right in the centre. I would have thought it'd be a lot more expensive actually. I found this place on Google and I never saw any prices. I thought I'll come and have a look anyway. I have visited Garopaba once before, many years ago. Not camping, just in the town centre and the beach. So I'll show you around the campsite once I've had something to eat, and then we'll go for a walk around. I need to go to a supermarket and get some food for later. I'll show you around the campsite first and then we'll go around the town, okay? Hey, I didn't realise this tuna is in tomato sauce and it's got a bit of a bit spicy. I think piri piri or something like that. Some kind of a pepper. Very nice actually. So I'll enjoy that. I've got a cup of tea there. Right, let me take you on a tour around the place here. It's not too busy now, it's midday. So most people are out on the beach, I imagine. Pretty quiet. I've just been talking to a young lad from Argentina. Of all those places there, 2, 4, 6, or maybe 5, they're rentals, they're like rooms. There's the office and there's the main entrance. There's the kitchen area where I was. We've got solar panels on the roof. There's Wi-Fi. This place here, what's this place here? I don't know, but that place there, well, maybe another kitchen, I don't know, maybe a kitchen for the staff. So there's a couple there camping. There's a guy here next to me, but he's out. There's my campsite. A few more over there. Couple there with a motorhome. Oldish couple. And these here are the toilet blocks. So let me take you in there. I don't know what they are. Up there maybe more rentals. More than likely. And down at the bottom end there. So we've got ladies' toilets here at the front. And you've got men's here. This area here is for washing your pots. Very well organised and clean. Fire extinguishers, look, with it being in the city centre, eh? More regulations. So these are the men's shower, toilet, and you've got the same on that side. 2 sinks and a mirror. So at the back of the block, toilet blocks, you've got more camping space. And around here, more sinks, more camping down there and here. And this is the other side, look, taking in same as what there was on the other side. 2 showers, 2 toilets, and then the wash basins. So we're down at the far end now, look, you've got all those individual rentals, little rooms. Basically, they're not very big. I don't know how much they are. Then you've got your camping. But very well thought out and very well organised. A lot of camp spaces actually. And there's that block in the middle, the toilets. I was just looking at this tree here. I've actually got one of these on my land. They grow on the beach, and those fruits there will turn yellow. They're not edible though. I planted some seeds of those fruits a long time ago, and once I had the little plants, a couple inches high, tall, I planted them in the ground, but only 2 took. And they're really slow growing because the soil conditions are different. They like to be on the sand near the beach. So I've left them anyway, they're growing, but really slowly. So yeah, lovely place this is. It seems every time I come camping I end up talking to some guy from Argentina. There's a lot of Argentinas here in Brazil, hell of a lot. So we're going for a walk down now onto the front. Well, there we go, there's the entrance to the place. Look, Camping Garopaba. As I say, it's right in the middle of the town. The sign there. So yeah, down there you can see the sea, the beach. So we'll have a walk down there, and that takes into the town centre. Imagine that Garopaba was just a little fishing village once upon a time. Probably do a lot of fishing still, but the place has grown a hell of a lot with tourism. Everywhere you look there's rentals and new buildings going up. This is an hotel, Hotel Lobo. So Wolf Hotel. have a look from the other side. Padaria, bakery. Yeah, look. Hotel Lobo. There. Yeah, look. Well, we're right down on the seafront now. I think that direction there takes you to a little park and a church, if I remember rightly. A long time ago I was here. We'll have a walk up there in a bit. We've got this here, Aguanaboca. And then all the fishing boats on the beach there. Just show you here. One-way system around here. I came straight to it actually. I just rode down here, asked the guy, and he said, oh, just up the road there. And there's another campsite apparently right over there. You see that neighbourhood there on the other beach. There's another campsite there, but you have to go all the way around the town to get there. So just up there basically, look, a few hundred metres up to the camping. Good location. Yeah, they've got boats for kayaks for rent there, and a big inflatable boat there going out. All the fishing boats out there. There's more waves down there. Apparently it's the capital of surfing here. A lot of people in the water down there. Yeah, it's like a banana boat that is, isn't it? They're trying to launch it, look. And the guy there in the kayak going out, I imagine he's going to the boat. What's going to pull it? Because he had a can of petrol also. Maybe that speedboat over there. We'll see anyway. Yes, starting from the end of the boat all the way down there, look, solid, all the umbrellas right down there and round the other side. Right. It's not for me, it isn't, sat on the beach. Not at all. All these restaurants here. So the boat's out in the water anyway, the banana boat. And the guy, he got on the speedboat down there. He'll be going to that very shortly. Taking them for a blast around. There we go, look on the notice board, Garopaba e Região. You know, handmade products here, toys, kids' toys, wooden toys. $200 and $300 each, depending on what, of course. We got fish and chips there. Fish and chips, it's like being in bloody Skegness. Yeah, we've got street artist here. This guy here, look. Oh, nice that is, isn't it? Well, here we go. I'm at the far end now, so not going any further. There we go. There's the banana boat going for a spin. Look at those houses down there, right on the point. And there's the church. We'll have a walk down there actually to the church. The guy here selling his amethyst by the looks of it. Nice guy, his wife arrived actually, they're from Uruguay. Amethyst, that is, the mineral from Uruguay, but I was saying to him this place is also down here. I'm not sure about Santa Catarina, but in Rio Grande do Sul, the last state down, there's places. I'm going to visit one place in the near future. A mine, amethyst mine, a museum. So that'll be worth watching, that video. Do some camping at the same time. Oh, really nice guy. He said it's a good place actually for selling here. So good look. So this is the bridge over troubled waters. Look here, running out of the town centre. So I think in this direction we are heading to the old town. A nice little restaurant here, look. Very nice. What's that place there? Yeah, look, we've got a Casa de Cultura, so about the culture. A little museum. I should really have a look in there. Hey. All the boats there, look. Let's have a look. Yeah, well, she said help yourself and Sambakian. So these are the indigenous people who used to live here. They're the whale hunters down there, look. So yes, well, 150 years, 1,000 years ago. That one there's 7,000. I don't know how many that is. We've got a 278, 178. And 500 years ago, look, colonial immigrants when they came. And the tourist annals, the year of the tourism, 1964. So right. The indigenous people, 1,000 years ago, eh? Very interesting. So what do we have here in this area? Whale bones. Continue the Balea Franca, so the place of the Franca whale. And I imagine this is where the winch there, look, they'd winch it in here, wouldn't they? or into something like this. A load of prints on the wall here, look, beige floor, so the hummingbird. What's that place? Another bar or restaurant? Oh, Marmita, native. Peixeria. So we're fishmongers. 50 metres, 80 metres in front and then 50 metres to the right. The Galleria. Galleria. There we go. Look at this.
A faculdade de oceanologia é o primeiro oxigênio da tua vida, ser humano. Fora disso, nada vai ter. Fora disso, nada queremos. Nada alcançamos.
So this is the Galleria where they're working. The gallery. Garopaba fishing shop. I imagine that's fishing tackle, eh? There's lots of little small cottages along here. And then the bigger ones, obviously, what have been built recently. These will be the original ones, won't they? The small ones. $1930. That's nearly as old as me, that one. So here we go. Look, I wasn't wrong, was I? There's a little park here, a little presser. A very small presser. Ah, there we go. Look, presser. 21st of April. Hotel Garopaba. Castelleria, Sorveteria. So the church up there. There's the church. I think we'll have a walk up there. Got a little rock coffee shop, bar. And here we have a sushi restaurant. So, Historia de São Joaquim, Igreja. You've got a gruta also there. So here we go, we're at the top. This looks like a charity shop or something like that. It smells ever so old in there. So imagine along that road there also there's a nice viewpoint. I'm not going there. Just looking down into the bay. Beautiful, eh? On the beach there where we've been. So as I said before, somewhere in that neighbourhood there's another campsite. Moto-Camping Lagoa Mar. So here we have the main park, the praça of the centre of Garopaba. There's actually parakeets flying around in this park. There's some in that tree over there. We'll go and have a look in a minute, see if we can get a closer look at them. I can hear them anyway. And here we have the Prefeitura Municipal de Garopaba. Down there is down to the beach, not very far at all. Loads of pigeons there. And you've also got the Igreja Matriz, the church there. So let's have a wander up here where the parakeets are. There's a lady there cleaning. Look at her there, raking the leaves and sweeping. I saw her this morning down, I think she was, yes she was on the beach actually when we went down there. And now she's here in the park. But she doesn't look like your typical worker, does she? Look at the way she's dressed. Very smart. So, I can hear the birds, but I cannot see them. Ah, there. There. Let's zoom in. Maybe you can see one or two in the trees there. The green parakeets, they're right up there in the pine tree. Can you see? There they are, look. Quite a few of them actually. Very nice. And to the other side there you've got the main centre with, you know, your normal things what you'd see in a town, all your shops. Going down that direction there. Let's have a look at the way she's dressed there. She's smart, isn't she, for a... She must be working for the Prefeitura, I imagine. But normally they've got uniforms on, but she obviously hasn't. She must be a very well-known figure around this area. Well, I don't know what's happening. There's quite a few police around. There's one over there. There's two down there. Oh, there's three actually. So right then, I've been speaking to the lady, lovely woman. She's from Sierra, up north, on the east coast. Very nice. She's working for the Prefeitura, and that's the way she likes to dress, and they've accepted that. Everyone knows her here. She's been working for 18 years for the Prefeitura, and she takes pride in her work. She likes to look good, look after herself, take pride in herself, of course. She smells nice also, the perfume. I said to her, congratulations. Everyone calls her beautiful. And she's been here 30 years down here. Very nice woman, very nice. Need more people in the world like her. Very pleasant. Well, I've made my evening meal a little bit earlier today because I want to take advantage of the kitchen here before everyone else comes. I think maybe 6 or 7 everyone will be doing the cooking. It's only 5 o'clock. It took me 15 minutes, look. A couple of pieces of steak, which I bought from the supermarket, fried slowly in olive oil with onions and garlic, 2 tomatoes with salt, olive oil, and what else have I put in? Oh, a little bit of vinegar and onions and spaghetti with a bit of olive oil on it. So this is, I think this is like an, what do you call it, like wholemeal. I don't know the name of it. But anyway, here we go. Very quick, eh? So when you come into these camping places, I'm learning. The first ones I went to, there was no kitchen for cooking. And I paid more actually than most of the other ones. So I'm learning now. When I look at the reviews, have they got a kitchen? Have they got a cooker? Have they got gas? Make use of it, eh? If you can. Why use your own gas? I've got a little stove, but it's only for emergencies now. If I'm at the side of the road or something like that, I can do a little bit of cooking. But yeah, make the most of it. So, bon appetit. When we walked along here today, I think there was 2 people selling their goods. Now, 6 o'clock in the evening, there's lots more. There's 3 or 4 down there. The guy with the wooden toys is still there. Then this one, another one. A guy setting up there, an artist with his paintings. Very nice actually. The ones he's got there are very nice. Yeah. You've got all these here now, all the way down. So yes, quite a few more there now. And the guy who was from Uruguay is still there. Him with the amethyst jewelry. Seems to be a lot of them are from Argentina, or maybe Uruguay also. There's at least one from Uruguay, as I know. And they all seem very pleasant, youngish, hippie type people. Very nice. The one on the campsite is a lovely lad. Him and his wife actually got a little baby. And they've not been here long, but he makes jewellery similar to the other guy from Uruguay, the amethyst. So yeah, good luck to him, eh? If they can make a living out of that, good luck to them. Trouble is, seasonal, eh? I imagine, anyway. But anyway, folks, I will leave you at this, and we've seen a little bit of Garopaba now. Now don't forget, for who doesn't know, we're in South Brazil in the state of Santa Catarina. So if you're enjoying these videos, don't forget to give me a thumbs up, a share with your friends, and subscribe if you want to see more. I'll be doing plenty more of these. I'm doing one more actually on the coast. I'm not sure where, but one more on the coast, and then afterwards they'll all be inland. So going over to the west, up in the mountains, lots of beautiful little towns I want to visit. So, we'll see you soon, alright? Take care, thank you very much, bye.